Hello viewers, MikeMoneyGMR here, and I'm here with something special. Welcome to Fun and Games Clubhouse. Fun and Games is another interesting game that was for the Sega Genesis. It had this menu, which if you look around the menu, you're probably thinking, what leads to what? Well, you got your paint studio here, which allows you to paint however you want. Of course, by the way, you use a Sega controller for this. There is no mouse for this one. There's this dress up thing, which is kind of interesting. You dress up this woman here.
Crazy.
You can change your hairstyle, and every time you do, you get an interesting little bit of dialogue.
Wild.
Not.
Chillin'.
Rad. Crazy.
Wild.
Cool.
Now, if you listen carefully, each one says something actually like an actual real word. When you're a kid, you don't realize that. It says wild, not hot, gross, as he just said.
Rad.
I don't know what that word was.
Crazy.
Crazy. And I think he says cute there, but it sounds like huge.
Cool.
Cool. Gross.
Brody.
Grody.
Crazy.
I have no idea what that is.
Not.
And yeah, not.
Chillin'. Brody.
Crazy.
Now, grody is kind of funny because that's a word that I used to say a lot. But yeah, that's actually one of the words is grody.
Wild.
Not.
Chillin'. Brody.
Wacky.
Wild.
Not.
Chillin'. Brody.
Crazy.
Yeah, sadly the word ratchet wasn't invented yet, so there's no way to say ratchet.
Cool. Rad. Crazy.
Now I want to show something really weird that you can do. Something that I don't think makes this a game appropriate for kids.
Crazy.
Wild.
Not.
Brody.
Crazy.
If I can find it.
Chillin'. Brody. Wild.
Well, there's that.
Cool.
Chillin'.
But there's this. Okay, so you got the top.
Crazy. Cool.
Brody.
Crazy. Cool.
Brody.
Crazy.
Wild.
Not.
And yes, it'll say it every time you change it, by the way.
Crazy.
Wild.
Cool.
Chillin'.
Rad.
Now, I know this is a swimsuit,
Wild.
but I just do not think that that's appropriate for kids. Like, they have that available for you to make a woman in her, like, more or less underwear, you know, as a swimsuit, and sell this to kids and say, hey, check it out, you can dress women up in clothing of certain kinds. And it's like, I don't know if this was, like, supposed to be aimed towards, like, you know, younger kids or what. It doesn't actually explain that. But, yeah, you got that option too. Now, if you leave her like this, you can actually add her to your paints later on, but I'm not going to do that just yet. I want to show off music. Now in music, you have pre-made songs in the jukebox that you can listen to, but you also have CDs that you can listen to too. Now these are just kind of like beats that you can add to your music, you know, to make it better. That's how you stop it, by the way. Now, if you listen to some of these music, like songs here, you got this one. Anyway, there's that. Now, some of the things you're going to notice about this place, there is this little star thing. There's like this little note that you can add to add a note. Now, if you click on the keyboard at all, it's going to play a note, yes, but you can't do it when you have this stuff on you. You have to clear everything off first. Which I'm trying to remember how to do that. Yeah, like that. But if you like hit a note on here, it's B. It'll show you pretty much what every note is, as you can tell. That's cool stuff and all. As you notice, the edit, like the erase button, is called "Oh No," which is kind of funny. Also, you notice that when I smacked the controller at one point, the thing went all the way like that. In this game and other games like this, like in other Sega games, sometimes the control would just like lock up. So just don't worry about that if it does it. That sounds like a gunshot. I never knew about these. That is so cool. There's the different instruments. One more song I'm going to let you listen to, though. I think there's one more I really like. Now, you notice that your hand turns a white color. If you try to click anything while it's doing that, you won't be able to. It's a cool thing they added. So, yeah, just oh no what you have, and then you can put the next song on. Of course, you can stop it at any moment and try a different one if you want. Now, the interesting thing about Sega, of course, it's not going to have any songs that you are going to recognize from games because, you know, they were just trying to aim towards kids and probably were just trying to do like nursery rhyme stuff. I don't remember what that speaker does. Like if it has an actual function. Ah. Sorry, I just really wanted to stay quiet during this because it's such a good song. And most likely at the end of that song, you would add your personal sports team there, of course, right? Let's see, what's another one that's interesting? Not that one. No. Isn't that song copyrighted now? No, this one's weird as shit. It sounds like something that like some kid just made up out of the top of their head, like just like started slamming the keyboard and they made a song out of it. It also ends on a weird note too. We already listened to this song, right? Yeah, we did. What's this one? I don't recognize this. No. Already listened to that, right? Yeah. I think that's like Go Tell It on the Mountain, isn't it? Of course, you can get some Christmas melodies in here too. Now, I remember when I played this song before, like, not this song, but like, one time when I played this game, there was this time where I found this song on here, and I would listen to it all the time, but for some reason, I could never find it again. I don't know what it was that I really enjoyed. But after you're done playing with the music, you can leave, of course, like that. You got an arcade, which has little mini games, and then you have this. You make an astronaut, an alien, a dinosaur, or a T-Rex, cowboy, robot. I have no idea. Oops. Biker guy, I think. A gorilla. A hippie, I think? I don't know. Fireman. And a baker. Opera singer. And then back to the chicken. There's some interesting things you can do there too. I'll show off the painting thing before I do the arcade. Now the painting, this was kind of confusing for me when I was a kid. Because you have these different options where if you click on this, like if you click on the arrows, it's going to change some of the things on the main screen. Like for example, you can make it go down to make the paintbrush bigger. And you have two options. If you hit C, you'll make it go really slow. It also makes a weird noise. If you hit C again, it'll go really fast. If you hit the start button at any time, it'll tell you how the dynamite drawing board works. Up and down arrow lets you go up and down, of course. You can draw with a pencil and make straight lines. You can freehand with the brush. You can make erasers with the eraser key, copy and paste with the copy, which is kind of like the rope function in Photoshop. You got the picture framer, which just lets you put your picture in a frame to kind of look at it as if it was in a frame. Mystery effects, basically think of the spray can, but like on steroids. You got the screen sweeper, which does kind of like on a Mario Paint, but different. You got stamps, of course, for the states and stuff. Jumbo stamps, coloring book scenes, fill can, music, and geometric shapes. And also, oh no. Now, if you click on the coloring books available, you got the campsite, the beach, some kind of prehistoric thing, the Chapel of Love. Now, when I was a kid, I did not understand this at all, and I think that's actually a good thing, because if you think of the Chapel of Love, either you think of like a wedding place or you think of a hotel for, you know, one night stands. I'm not sure. You got the birthday card, of course. You got the, what do they call this? The picnic area, I guess, kind of thing. The barn. Oh, I love this one. You got your like UFO space station. You got the inside of a restaurant with the waiter looking like a dick. Football. You got construction. Animals. This one's one of my favorites. The racing. A thief and police officer. Baseball, right? I don't know what that one is. Underwater, circus, fire rescue. One time what I did for this one, which was really fun, I made it look like he's shooting more fire into the fire. It's just interesting, you know, it's like, that doesn't make any sense, you know? But, yeah, there's that. One of the last ones is a tank. Pretty awesome, right? And that's all you have. If you want to clear this, what you can do is you just come into here, and you choose... Oh yeah, it doesn't actually... Oh yeah, there it goes. That's one of the more interesting ones to get rid of stuff. There's also... there's also the UFO. That's the weirdest one. Doesn't make any sense. This one, all it does when you fill is it gives you an hourglass. It doesn't do a paint, like a little paintbrush dancing or anything. There is the... I'm trying to remember which one of these is a seizure warning. Well, I know this one's kind of interesting. Yeah, that sound effect, yeah, it can kind of get old and annoying. You got this one, which is kind of interesting. You have that very quick one. There's another interesting one. So I did this one right. I'm just making sure you can hear the sound effects just because I think they're funny. Now this is interesting because you notice that I chose a color, but it didn't actually use that color. It just kind of used a confetti like color thing. Also, if you listen, it kind of makes an interesting sound effect too. So there's that. Oh, have we done this one yet? Yeah, we did. That doesn't do anything interesting. I'm not going to show off that one. This one's kind of like a Christmas tree if you let it go long enough. Well, this one, it's just like a splatter. So anyway, the last one that can kind of be kind of disoriented is this one. That one almost made me sick when I was a kid, to be honest. But yeah, the last one just kind of just annihilates the screen, and that's it. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is there for the disappearing things. You got your different stamps here. This was fun as a kid because I liked making little roads, you know. And what kid doesn't like making roads? But yeah, there's that. And then you can also build buildings with it too. You can just put shit all over the place, you know, like that too. But like the other funny thing is you can come over here and there. Put letters, and then you're back to the start. Now if you come over to this, here's a random lady. Here's a parking meter that people like to steal money from. Not always, but you know. That flips it over if you notice. Oh, god damn it. See, now it's upside down. Now it's now it's upside down, but also to the left. Now to the right. Now to the left again. And back to normal. You can also put in your weird creation that you made there. And as I said before, your lady. You can also put a generic car in. A post box. Some other random crap. Oh, like here we go. A bomb. I'm not sure exactly what that is. A parachute, maybe? A mouse. A pig. Tractor. A present. Let's see, anything else here I care to do? Cop car. And that one actually has animations. A fire, like a fire explosion type thing. Now you can only have one of these off on the screen at a time, which is kind of interesting. Candle. Chicken. A UFO. A helicopter. My favorite, one of the favorites of mine, campfire. A bird. Oh, shit. I think I only need to go up one, yeah, to get to it. Smaller candle. Kitty cat. Which reminds me, Blinks hasn't come and bothered me yet. A squirrel. And that's pretty much all of them. There's not very many of those. But yeah, we've pretty much gone through all of that. So that's all the painting stuff that we can do. Let's go ahead and annihilate it with something fun. And last but not least, let's go to the arcade. Now, there's 3 different games for you to play. Whack-A-Clown. As you see, it says controller recommended. Now, this is interesting. It says controller recommended, right? As I said before, there is no other kind of way to control the screen that I know of. I mean, there may have been a mouse. I don't know. But the controller works just fine, so why would you use anything else? I'm not doing very good at this game. You don't want to hit the seal or you lose. Game over. Restart. It's funny that it does that to you. It's like clubbing a seal is bad, of course, right? No, I'm just kidding. It is bad. Oh. Now, if you really want to, you can just wait in one place for them to try to get to that hole, which is what I used to do as a kid and just keep hitting. Of course, that's a bad way to play. Mouse maze is kind of interesting. You're supposed to collect all the cheese before the cat kills you. There's mouse trap in places. There's a thing that turns you into a dog and lets you walk over the mouse traps and kill the cats. And basically that's all there is to it. It's basically Pac-Man, but with a mouse. Now, if you wanted to ask yourself, how far did you ever get? Well, to answer that, I'd have to be completely honest and say I don't remember. But the thing is, I can tell you right now, it was in the double digits. But the exact number I can't tell you. Now, does this game get harder? Oh yeah. As you notice, they started hiding the bones underneath the cheese. And yes, that is supposed to be cheese. It looks like a piece of pizza, but it's cheese. But eventually what ends up happening is the game gets so out of control due to like the controls being sped up from the cats to you. Like, see, like, okay, this one, your mouse is now a lot faster, which doesn't sound like a big deal, but to a child, it actually kind of is. Because now you're starting to have to fight the controller to get it to do what you want. It's not like the cats get stupider. They will eventually try to come find you, as always. See, as I told you. Now, we'll take a break at some point and do a part 2, because this is getting too long. And I must admit, whenever you get caught by a cat, the mouse looks so, like scary, like he's been like completely smashed. See, now the cats are faster. In fact, if you get in front of the cats at all, they insta-get you, like, you can't even outrun them. This is one of the levels that we got to before we ended up getting killed. But we did get further than that too. But as you notice, the levels start getting really generic. See, look at what he looks like there. That was supposed to be da na 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 na, but it didn't sound anything like it. Anyway, as I said, I would show off the last game. I guess I guess just do in this episode because it would be impossible to do it in another episode. It would make actual sense. Now, how this works? If you're on the screen of enemies, you get hit. So what you want to do is you want to get them in your sights by finding them, shoot them with whatever weapon you want, which I can't remember which one's the best, and then move out of the way after you've shot them a few times. That's the best way to stay alive. Now again, this is another one where if you have motion sickness, you may not want to watch. You can try using all the different weapons. I've always found C to be my favorite, just because of how it looks like. You have a radar, it doesn't work very well, so just kind of use it to your advantage if you want, or don't use it, whichever you decide to do. By the way, when getting shot, you can, like I said, do damage to enemies. Just know that you're being shot the whole time. Something you don't want to have happen to you, right? But it can help in a way, because then you can actually aim at the enemy. Now if you stop at any point, basically hit pause, you can go to resume and you can keep playing, you know, right? But if you go to restart or leave, you're done, you know, it doesn't save anything for you. And by the way, you have to have them right in the middle or it doesn't count as a valid shot. Like that. Fun fact, when I was a kid, I couldn't read that radar to save my life. I would just go left and right, I didn't go up and down because I didn't know how to do that. Now, if I had to say a game that this reminds me of, to be honest, I can't really think of one. I mean, there used to be this like little fun computer game that I played in elementary school, not elementary school, middle school, that I thought was kind of neat, but it didn't really play like this. I want to at least show off the boss before I stop today's episode, because there is a boss that you fight after hitting so many enemies. Now this boss, what you have to do, shoot him, go off screen for a little bit, wait. Shoot him until his face completely changes, then leave. Now you can just sit here and just keep shooting him, but here's what's going to happen. Eventually you do start getting hit, and then he switches to this guy. These guys move a hell of a lot faster, a lot stronger, and hit a lot harder. See? They hit you faster than other enemies, so you can't really aim at them that fast. You know, you have to like literally be like moving with them, like, you know, well, not with them, away from them, and also kind of just catching them off guard, you know, a little bit. Now if you hold the button down, as you can see, it doesn't do anything. If you tap it like crazy, it works. If you're asking yourself which weapon is the best, like I said, I really don't know. I've always found B to be the weakest, though, to be honest. So I don't know if they have like a weakness to, like, if enemies have a certain weakness that if you shoot them with that and only that, it works better. Though the boss always seems to get killed real fast by this. I don't know if the more enemies on screen, it's the more damage you take. I think it is, if I had to be honest. Man, I'm almost dead. You gotta admit though, the visor they have for this is pretty neat for your ship, you know. I wasn't hitting him directly, apparently. My finger's falling asleep. There, got him. one left. Remember, there's no harm in running away. Let's try the first weapon. See, it works just fine. Preferences is up to you, I guess. These always kill me, so don't expect me to get past this. Usually they don't really move that fast, it's just they shoot you right away. So it's just like, what are you gonna do? I'm excited, this gave me a reason to stay up, you know. In case you were wondering, I just got off work like a couple of hours ago, and basically I was just trying something to see what I could do, and I was actually going to play the Xbox, but I couldn't find the plugin for it, so yeah. So I decided to do some other fun games for your sake, and that's basically all there is to this. No, I did not select this game. You'll notice that a lot. But yeah, that's basically everything there is in the Fun and Games clubhouse. I mean, I think there might be one more thing I can show off here if I'm not mistaken. Is there? Oh wait, yeah, there is one more thing to show off. How to do it though is the question. Tell you what, I'm gonna stop this real quick and I'll be right back.